Hi, morning everyone. Here we are at Blyton Park for the MX5 Owners Club track day in August 2022. Just give you a quick tour of the paddock at the moment. There's not a lot going on, it's early in the day, we haven't done the meet debriefing yet, but cars have started to turn up and people are getting ready. But whilst we've got the chance, I thought I'd show you a friend of mine's car, Mick MX5 on Instagram. This is his twin scroll Mark 1. So it's running a 7163 Borg Warner twin scroll turbo. You can see there, massive turbo, putting out about 350 horsepower. He's got meth as well, which puts the power up to just shy of 400, but he's not running meth today. Forged engine, obviously pistons, rods, etc. Blah blah blah. Not done the head yet. R35 GTR coils. It's got 2 manifold inlet, throttle body, and he's got a brilliant custom intercooler and radiator set up on a V-mount setup. You can see here, brilliant bit of work. Mick did it all himself. Don't know if you can see that under there. Doesn't have any cooling issues. Just does an amazing job, and the fabrication that's gone into this is something else. He does it all himself in his own garage, so he's a very talented guy. But yeah, great setup. He's got the SPS Motorsport breather mod on his engine like mine. Nice bit of heat shielding. Done his own cooling reroute here for the radiator, so it's easy to bleed when he needs to. That's just the engine. Look at the wheels. Rotors on 245 AR1s. Got 2-piece wheelwood discs, so he's got the stopping power to meet the power of the engine, which a lot of people tend to overlook. So there's some meaty tyres and wheels there. Nice little lips around the arches, give it a cool stance. Look, 245s front and rear. Also got the SVT rears, as you can see. A little ducktail. He's on Meister CRD coilovers, some Sparco seats. Yeah, just generally a really tidy car. This is an excellent bit of kit, absolutely fast as hell. He's got a Blyton Motorsport exhaust and tubular manifold, custom tubular manifold. So yeah, putting out, say, about 350 horsepower on 1.4 psi, so 1.4 boost bar, so 14 psi or so. And if he turns the power up, he can hit nearly 400, so that is going to be fast. We do a lot of track days with Mick, top guy and brilliant at what he does, as you can see. So yeah, we'll see how that performs later on at track, and we'll catch you guys in a bit. It's got boosty bits already, no matter how pretty it is. But it is so shiny. A lot of effort's gone into that, isn't it? It's a mega build. Got water injection as well. And twin masters like mine. So, all in all, a decent day out with like-minded people doing the things we love. Until the bittersweet part. Mid-afternoon, Mick suffered brake failure, and although no harm was done, somehow it resulted in us being sent home early from the event. You've seen Mick's car, it's no expense spared. Quality brakes, quality everything. It's just a shit happens, unavoidable failure, but somehow it's still got us sent home early for the day. Here's the moment. So when we got back to the pits, the head marshal immediately told us we were done for the day. Why? It turns out that another marshal had reported back to him that Mick had crashed into the back of me. Not nearly crashed, actually crashed. And it was because we were racing each other, therefore we weren't safe to be on track. Trading paint is racing. I was 200 yards in front when his brakes failed. This marshal apparently seemed to be judge, jury and executioner and didn't want to listen to what actually happened, with it being an unavoidable mechanical issue. I even invited him to inspect the back of my car to show him no such incident happened. But any side of the event other than his wasn't worth his time, and off he went to ruin somebody else's day. He did the same to Mick when Mick returned to the pits too. In the paddock, a discussion was had with the event coordinator where we explained what happened, stating that we even had video evidence at the moment and asked him to explain this to the marshal in question. Now you're probably thinking, well, there's always two sides to every story. But when the event coordinator returned, we were in fact told that neither of us had done anything wrong, but for safety reasons we weren't allowed back on track regardless. What? This marshal has made up his mind, and nothing we said would show him how he's made a crap decision based on inaccurate information at our cost from being banned from the track for the rest of the afternoon. This is motorsport, people. Shit happens. Anyone could have an issue, meaning an accident can happen at any point between any two parties. It just so happened that the issue was between us two. It didn't matter that we'd been on track for 10 or so laps beforehand, opposite sides of the circuit to each other, pushing 100% throughout, and therefore meaning nothing more than coincidence that it happened when it happened. Mick wasn't pushing any harder at that point in comparison to any other laps beforehand, but none of this mattered apparently. So, long story short, if you're on a track day at Blyton Park and you're unfortunate enough to be under the watchful eye of the same group of marshals that we were, then there's a good chance that if you're unlucky enough to have an issue on track, or just be in the general vicinity of someone else having an issue, then there's a strong chance you can be sent home early. So thanks to all that's involved, thanks for acting so grown up and reasonable, and thanks for making the final decision before finding out the facts and ruining my day at my expense.